Okay, so most people looking at me, I have people asking me every day, and I'll never forget that. I don't, I'm 34 years old today, but when I started building my home, a lot of people in the neighborhood were asking me, what is it that you do or that your dad did? Because they figured my dad had given it to me. They were always surprised when they found out he was a religion teacher. He taught school. My mom taught school, 6 kids. I grew up in Salt Lake City. I'm sure some of you have a similar story. I always wanted more. And I realized, I didn't feel like I was that much different than the average person, and I didn't know that there was going to be something for me. And what I found out was that it wasn't really all about me, it was all about the vehicle, the people that you surround yourselves with. And so what I found when I met this opportunity, I realized that this had 5 things that I'd never seen in any other business or any other thing that I'd done in my life. And here's what they are. These things made me basically superhuman and helped me explode my business and helped me launch into a position that I could never even imagine before this. Number 1, I was perfectly positioned in front of the right trends. Why is that important? And what are trends? Here's what a trend is. It's not a fad, it's what people demand and want. Ask yourself this. Do you like getting old? Would you like to always have energy and vitality? Do you want to get wrinkles and saggy butt? All right, neither does anybody else out there, okay? People will stand in line for it. Why are trends important? You don't have to be a superstar salesperson if people are already standing in line to get what it is that you have. Number 2, you've got to have exclusive technology. Why? Patents, protected. It's got to be unique and innovative. It's like some of the cell phone technology. Currently, today I love the iPhone. It was unbelievable. It was unique, patented, different. It was something that I could relate to, and I loved it. And people stood in line and bought it because it was in front of massive trends. Number 3, so why is patented technology important, patented information? This is very important to understand because you don't compete on price and service. How many of you have worked for a company or been in business where you were competing on price and service? I've got a great juice. I've got a great juice. Well, who cares? Whose juice is better? Now they start looking and arguing over whose juice is better and which price. If you're exclusive in the market, if you're the only bottle of water in the desert, you don't compete on price and service anymore. Point number 3 that changed everything for me was the consumable nature of products. You either sell automobiles or gasoline. Think about that for a minute. How many of you love to sell and convince people? I already said if you got trends, you don't have to. But how many salespeople do you see at an automobile store that are trying to convince you that you got to buy their car and you got to do it right now? Versus how many people do you see at the gas station when you show up, trying to convince you to put gas in the car? Think about it for a moment. Unbelievably powerful. Initial effort, long-term residual benefit for that initial effort. Number 4, the right partnership. You've got to have partners. Look, I already told you my parents were school teachers. Okay, I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of resources financially. I was taught great principles, but I couldn't buy a scanner, for instance, this biophotonic scanner technology, or any of the other products and technologies that this company has. I mean, we invested $100 million into that. My dad could have worked for 7,000 years and never earned $100 million. So I needed a great partner. And think about what you want in a partner. We've got a $1 billion annual revenue generating partner that posted a 147% increase during a recession in their stock value. Okay, we're exploding globally all over the place, and they're laying all of that on the table for you and I, for me, for you and me. Unbelievable. That changed my life. A partner that paid all the bills. They did it on time. Not always was I that way. When I was 19 years old, I kind of lost bills everywhere, okay? These guys pay their bills on time. Dun & Bradstreet, 5A1 rating. They've got $180 million or $100 million plus at any given day in the bank in cash. Look at your bank account and see if you'd like to have a partner like that. They've actually got the best recognition. They service. It's unbelievable. The partnership here really changed my life in point number 4. Point number 5, which really changed everything, was this idea and concept of leverage for me. I alluded that my father would have had to have worked for thousands of years to save up or earn $100 million. Why? He was doing it all by himself. See, this is something that you and I weren't taught in school. And when I understood the concept, it changed everything for me. It doesn't have to all be based on your efforts. The company that you work for today is leveraging your time and efforts. They might have 100 employees that show up every day and put in 8 hours worth of work. 8 hours multiplied by 100 is 800 hours worth of work. So the CEO, the guy at the top of that company, is farming a percentage of 800 hours worth of work. How early do you and I have to get up to work 800 hours a day? It's just never going to happen. That's why we were living on the poor side of the city. We were driving the junk cars. We were using the welfare and going to the thrift stores to buy our clothes. And the guy at the top of IBM or whatever company it is that you and I were working for was farming all of our efforts. Here's the difference. In this opportunity with this company, you're positioned perfectly in front of massive trends. You've got exclusive technologies that are protected globally, patented, unique, innovative. You've got highly consumable products that people stand in line because they want it. And we don't have to compete on price and service because we already have something that nobody else has. You've got a huge partnership, a company that does all of the shipping, the selling, the logistics, the payment of commissions for you on your behalf. And then you've got leverage. Why? Because you can own your own business. You and I both know if you really ask yourself this question, how can I be free? You'll know you'll never do it working for someone else. The statistics are against you and they were against me. But when I found those other 5 things with this company, everything changed for me. I didn't get that much better. I wasn't that much better. Yes, I had to change. Yes, I had to work hard. This is hard work. You got to pay the price. But it wasn't that much different. And today I enjoy a lifestyle the likes of which couldn't have been imagined by anyone. I imagine my family or even by myself. I dreamt big dreams like a 1993 BMW M3 that I could drive to the gym and all the chicks would check me out. Okay, that was as big as I could dream back then. These 5 things, the partnership with this company and the opportunity to do it globally changed my life. I hope you take a serious look behind what it is that we have in our hands. Be skeptical, ask hard questions, because the deeper you dig, the more impressed you will be. And if you find what I found, guess what? You're in for an incredible ride. And I look forward to seeing you at an upcoming event.